Hi.
That was nobody. I sat here and stopped what I was doing for a robocall. That's another thing I'm getting tired of, these robots calling me.
Near my birthday time, but like when I had little packets, I lost my packets. I know Junior had to do something with it because remember he was all touching them a couple months ago,
Was he? He was all touching them.
and I made
Okay.
ices of them.
She's so amazed with the freezer that she just be finding stuff to do. Go get your little miniature things that you made. Show them real fast. Your frozen miniature things and the thing that look like candy, but they're not. Are they still in there? She's gonna show y'all some stuff she be doing. Lizzie be staying busy, y'all. I don't know how she do it. She always is entertaining herself. Um, plays by herself well, and is content in her quiet house. She be like, "Oh, the kids are going now. I got my piece back." I be like, "Really?" So yeah, she got all these little cute little doohickeys that she made that she be making out of what is it, out of Play-Doh?
Yeah, it's clay. This is my first ever one.
Play-Doh.
So I'm gonna show you guys my first ever ones that I did. So these are my first ones that I ever did.
Put this one.
Yeah, that was my like.
I'll see that one.
But it was this one. There's a little shell at the bottom.
Yeah.
It was this.
She did this. She be doing little artwork and stuff, y'all. And she keeps these in the freezer faithfully. And KJ and Junior be trying to get at it.
I made apples because one week I was just obsessed with apples this one week.
Okay.
And that's all I have been doing.
She's always staying busy.
So that like
What's
you
that,
know,
your Eagles merch?
like you notice how like as soon as I brought it out, like it wasn't as shiny.
Yeah.
That means it's freezing. Like as soon as you like if you keep these in the fridge in the refrigerator for so long, then it will literally like when you take it out, it will become shiny and that's how you know it's melting. All
So
the
that means that it got to go back. So her stuff got to go back in the freezer. But yeah, that's what I've been doing mostly. Like we've been just chilling and I've been following current affairs. I've been staying on top of stuff. Another thing that I want to say and I want to point out to people that, I don't know if a lot of people have a criminal record or a criminal history. I believe that now is the time, now is the time, now is the time for us to stand up, scream, and shout that how in the history of this country that we got a four-time convicted felon as president. But some people cannot get past a felony on their record that happened 20 years ago. Tell me how that is possible that we is allowing this to happen. It's certain fights that need to be rising up right now, and now is the time. Because there's no way in hell that you're going to have a four-time convicted felon sitting on the highest seat of the land, but deny, people like me, brown people, white people, black people, green people, yellow people, deny them, the right and the chance at the American dream just because they made a mistake years ago. Like, that should not even be a question anymore. Like, why are we tolerating this? Why are we putting up with this? But that's just one of the things, that has me perplexed is that, this is going on and this is happening. And I'm like, well, ain't nobody sitting around saying that all this stuff going on is criminal like. Let that have been one of us. We be under the jail. So, we need to pay attention and, be on point because, listen, it's crazy and it's getting crazier. So, I don't have time to be sitting on social media talking about this and talking about that. If I'm going to get on social media and use my platform, it's going to be to educate people, to let people know what's going on and to wake up. And I've been talking about woke for years before it was even, popular or before you heard people talk about, oh, I'm woke and this and the woke and this. Now they downplaying woke and they done put it up in their mouth. Like, I know what it is to be woke, you know, but so we need to wake up other people around us. Like, this is crazy. One of the things that I've been saying over and over and over again when I was on here and I was going through my little things is that people will not understand something until it happens to them. We will not sympathize with other people until it happens to us, you know. So it is happening to us right now. Everything is happening to us. They calling it Republican and Democrat, but we as a whole is getting mistreated, getting used and abused. You know, and it's crazy. You can't say what you want to say. People are scared to speak their mind. You know, people are losing jobs because they won't jump on board with the, dysfunction and the, criminal behavior and stuff. But they need to wake up because, they're not going to control the house forever. So, if I was in their shoes, I would say, listen, you can't even rerun for election. So why am I jeopardizing my political future for somebody that can't even run again? Y'all all need to be standing up against this dictator. Like, everybody needs to stand up against him. Democrat, independent, and Republican. Everybody. Black, white, brown, green, yellow, orange, purple. Stand up. Stand up, because if you don't stand up, you just as guilty as them. So how can we ever trust y'all again? Like, how? How? Y'all got people, not knowing if they're gonna get paid to get their food stamps. Like, all kind of stuff is going on. But yet you giving $20 billion of our taxpayer money to another country that ain't even worth $20 billion.
I don't care what else is.
But anyway, yeah, no, I'm doing not enough.
Yeah.
Good. Bang. Boom. Wake up. Wake up. That's all I'm going to say. But the next time I come back on YouTube, I'm going to come back and I'm going to sit down and we're going to go over all this corruption. We're going to go over all of this. So those of y'all that do not know what's going on, please stay tuned so I can enlighten y'all about the corruption going on
We
right in front of us.
said it like in the first clip. Mm, mm. I've been in my room, he been in his room. You right now, he does his work on his computer. We vlog from his computer. So it's not really up to me, it's basically up to him. Cause he be working on the computer.
Well, what I will say to Elizabeth is that if Lizzie wants to upload videos, her and Junior, we're going to gladly do that. But like I said, at this time, I feel as though I will be doing anybody that watch us and listen to us a disservice if I get on here and I allow us to act as if this is business as usual when it's not. Like I said, how could I sit here and entertain y'all when the house is burning down around us? The country's burning down around us, and I did get the opportunity to watch this great movie last night. Well, I'm actually still watching. It's like a movie documentary. It's called The Book of the Negro People. Boom. Y'all got to watch this movie. And one thing I was told about this particular movie is that it's based on the eyes of someone outside of the United States, meaning that basically all the stories, all the history that we learned about slavery and this and that has a lot of stuff missing out of it. And it's deep because the Book of the Negro details the life of one woman and a man from Africa that came to the United States in shackles and handcuffs. And went back to Africa free, really went back to Africa free, and it amazed me because in the beginning she said, I'm going back home. She said, I don't know about you, but I'm going back home one day. And I was looking at her like, do she know where she going? And but the amazing thing is that she went back home. Free. No shackles, no handcuffs, no nothing. Free. Citizen. Back to the same country that played a part in her kidnapping into slavery. Because I don't know if a lot of people know that it was us that handed us over to the slave trade, to the slave holders. Yeah, our own people sold us out. And what I loved it the most about that whole movie is that when they got back to Africa, they lived in a little village, but in that village, the continent of Africa is big. So you have to like get from point A to point B to get to the water. So they was marching these kids, women, and men by them in shackles and handcuffs, taking them to the same boat that stole her like 30 years before. And she got out there and she was like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? She was like, no, no. She started grabbing on the kids and, praying and stuff. And she was distraught because she was sitting there in disbelief like, how could I be free and watch these people walk off to where I just came from? And they stood up and they did something. And they actually stopped them from taking them kids and them women and them men onto that boat to America. Yeah. And that was deep. And one of the free guys, one of the free men that was free, came back from America back to Africa free. And this is the time, this was right after the Revolutionary War when when Great Britain got ran off of America, and America won. And you know how we always painted George Washington in this old fabulous light, like he was the first president, he was this and he was that, honey. They said some things about George Washington that the school books ain't never teach us. Yeah. Yeah. Watch that movie. You gonna gag. You gonna be like, George Washington ain't do that. I was gagging. They said George Washington ran. He fainted. He wasn't who he said he was or who we know, you know, to be our first president. Yeah, he was running from them, scared, running scared. But let us know he was this, he was that, and he walked across the Delaware Valley and he was, oh, I'm George Washington. No, honey, they said George Washington ran, honey, scared. But that's just something for y'all to watch and get your own interpretation from it. But that's the interpretation that I got from it. Meaning, that's my, opinion and I'm entitled to it because we are what in America? Okay? Something they trying to steal too. But watch that movie. It's a good watch. I watched it on Amazon, but it aired originally on PBS because it's done by the CBC, which is great because it said it gave them a chance to hear somebody else's story that was on the outside looking in, basically. And they really recorded it in this ugly light. As ugly as it was, they didn't leave no stone unturned. And it is an awesome watch. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I was glued to my TV and I said, Dag on, wow. I'm sitting here, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me take my dumb behind the bed. But yeah, I'm gonna finish watching it today. But anyhow, I gotta go. I just wanted y'all to know that we will be back on and look for some videos from Lizzie and Junior. But you will not be hearing from me until I got this together, honey.
So you like, comment, share, and subscribe?
Yeah, matter of fact, share, like, and what she said, subscribe.
Like, Comment.
And I also, since I'm on here, I can't get off of here without saying RIP to my girl that always showered me with her beautiful smile. Beautiful smile. It's one of them people that you said when she smiled, that smile is real, and you could feel how real it was. Adrian King. Let me tell you something about Adrian. Adrian was a thug. You hear me? She pushed through her pain like a thug. Because if anybody knows about pain, it's painful to be in pain. And she still smiled that beautiful smile every time I seen her. And always spoke a word of encouragement and just always was uplifting. And I just want to, say RIP to my girl. Okay, that always put a smile on my face, always uplifted me, and always, all the way back to Bedazzle, honey, always had a smile on her face and always encouraged me. And I just want to say, I love you, Age. Peace, y'all.